So did everybody get through the quiz and everything?
Yeah.
For the most part.
Sounds good. So I
And
guess we'll just,
does anyone have any questions on the homework or anything before we start?
I don't think
No,
so.
I didn't.
Okay, cool.
So, well, let's go ahead and get started then. For number 3, I put the gender and voting preferences are not independent for the a null hypothesis, and then gender preferences are independent for
I put they are independent for the null.
that. Yeah,
I said that they're not, and then they are.
I just can't read because that's what I put as well.
Wait, which one did you put?
For the null, they're not independent, and then for the not null, they are independent.
Yeah.
I put the null they are independent, and the alternative they are not.
Okay.
So the only
Why
person.
did you put that, Alexis?
Well, the reading said like the null it's always the same thing. So the null is always independent, and the alternatives always are not. It doesn't even change like between situations. It's just always like that for these.
Where does it say that in the reading?
Hold on.
That doesn't really make sense.
Well, even if you look at the summary at the very bottom.
Yeah, it says, are they different? So that would mean that the alternative is different.
Wait, no.
So that
If
they
you look at
are
the summary,
independent.
it says the null and it says they are independent.
Where do you see that?
The very end of the reading, like if you scroll all the way down, it's under like the sections labeled 5 summary.
Well, it doesn't make sense to me, but that's what it looks like in the reading, so.
Yeah.
That's the only reason I knew what it was. It was just from the reading.
Yeah, because that answer just doesn't make sense. Like, logically.
Oh well.
But, alright.
Okay,
Alright.
so then
For 4, I put the last one, number of rows -1 times number of columns -1.
Yep.
And for 5,
I got
put 2.
you put 2?
Yeah.
That's what I got.
Yep.
Great.
And then for 6, I said yes, there are at least 5 expected counts in each cell.
Yep.
Yeah.
And 7, I got 16.2.
Yep.
Yeah.
Great.
So for the p-value, I got like 0.0003.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But it's around to 3 decimals, so do we just put like 0 or?
Yeah, I just put 0.000 just in case, but
Yeah, that's what I said.
Alright.
Okay.
I didn't know if it was 000 or 001 and round up, or I don't know.
Yeah.
Seems weird, but okay.
Great.
Then for 9, I said there's sufficient evidence to suggest that gender and voting preferences are not independent.
That's what I got as well.
Yep.
Yeah.
Alright. So for number 10, I put true.
Uh-huh. For 11, I put 8.
Yep.
Yep.
And 12 is 7.44.
Yep.
And 13 is 0.49.
Yep.
Yep.
0.490.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, but you don't have to put that last 0 usually.
Yeah, it's just like I'm totally like gonna get one wrong because some of them are like round 2 decimals, round 3 decimals. I'm like, Great.
Alright, and then number 14 I got there's insufficient evidence to suggest that motivation to visit a chiropractor is not independent of the location.
That's what I got.
Yeah, that's what I said.
Cool.
Alright.
So, go ahead and submit then. Seemed pretty easy.
Alexis, you were right about 3.
Where?
That's so weird. That doesn't make sense at all.
Yeah.
Whatever.
Alright, so that's done.
Okay.
All right. So, I guess we'll go over the design the study thing again.
Yeah, who wants to submit it?
I think Brandon is supposed to do it every
Oh,
time.
that's right. Okay.
I can. I don't know if I have to, but
Oh.
doesn't matter.
Yeah,
Sorry,
Seth,
I'm trying to pull up his comment.
my name was listed twice.
That
That
was
was the first
the
time.
old comment we
Ignore
already
the
did
second
that.
one. It's just the top one, that's talking about the random sampling. Like,
Okay.
maybe I don't understand how that's not random. It's not random how we
Maybe
pick
it's
it.
because we are strategizing it, like we are saying we're going to these stores, we are picking out, you know what I mean? It's not like totally random because we're like saying how we're going to do it specifically.
Yeah.
Alright. I just think that's grabbing the top one though is the best way to not have bias, though it doesn't really matter, I guess.
But I think it's fine if we do it that way. We probably just have to change what type of sampling we said we were doing.
Alright.
So then what type of sampling would we say it is?
Like, I don't know. I'll pull up the sampling methods.
Yeah, that's what we do.
I don't know. Like, what do you do? Say, we're gonna grab a bag from the closest store, but if you say the closest store, that's like saying the top bag on the shelf, like it's the closest one to you. So, or you say we're gonna go to the next store, or the closest store to our home. Well, the closest doesn't is that random, or we're just gonna open our eyes? It's just that. I have no clue. What's the definition? Let's see.
So would this just be a systematic sample then, instead of a...
What's the definition for systematic? Again?
Well, maybe it might be convenience sample. The convenience involves selecting items that are relatively easy to obtain and does not use random selection to choose the sample.
And then what's the systematic definition?
Is where auditors select every kth element or item in the population, beginning at a
Yeah, I don't
random
think
starting
it's
point.
The other one sounds right, whatever it was, I don't remember.
convenient.
Yeah.
So the convenience sample, it says even though the sample is chosen by convenience, it should be done without introducing any systematic bias if possible. As an example of convenience sample, an auditor could haphazardly select items from a filing cabinet. This is frequently done when a quick and simple sample is needed, but may not yield a sample that represents the population well. It says one possible convenience sample should be avoided.
Well, I think the bias, like, we're trying to get rid of it, and that's why we're going to like different stores and everything, you know.
Right. That's why I don't understand how it's not random, because I feel like what we're doing is random, but it's not based on us, it's based on the distributors.
Yeah, I know what you mean. But
So another possible would be like a cluster sample.
What's the definition of that one?
taking all the items in one or more randomly selected clusters or blocks. For example, all the accounts receivable items in a few randomly selected months.
So could that be it? Because maybe each store is kind of like a cluster, and then from that we're taking like one bag.
I guess.
Yeah.
Well,
I don't know.
let's just go with one of them. Do you want to try it? Do you want to say it's a cluster?
I would say it's more of a convenience sample than anything based on the definition.
Yeah, it sounds like a convenience sample to me.
All right, then let's just use that one.
Do you want to write it, or do you want me to write it? Do we even have the ability to resubmit it?
Yeah,
Yeah.
we do.
Yeah, we would have to email him to resubmit.
You can, Brandon, go to Group Project and then click on Design the Study.
Correct. And there's a 70% there, and when I open it, it does not have the ability to submit.
Oh, wow. Hmm.
So do you think that just changing the simple random sampling to just convenience sampling would answer the rest of it? Because it seems like that is really the only change that we would have to do. It's just the name
But
of
if you look at the rubric, he said he
stay
didn't
with
give
the
us
name.
2 points for that one section.
Describing how we'll collect the data.
Yeah, so do we need to go in more depth about that or something? Because he didn't give us 1 out of 2 points for that.
I really don't even know how much more in depth you can go about counting M&Ms
Yeah.
than what we have there. It seems like that's more of just taking points off because the sampling name was wrong, or I don't know. But I mean, there's only so much detail you can have about I'm going to take a bag of M&Ms and count the colors.
Right.
Yeah, I know. I was kind of confused on why we're getting points taken off for that.
Well,
Maybe
maybe
just say,
when
like, count
the
how
twins,
many of each color are in the bag.
We're going to go to 2 separate stores in different locations and purchase a bag of regular M&Ms and a bag of peanut M&Ms from the front by the register. We will be using the standard bags there in front. This will give us a total of 8 bags each of each M&M. We will then count each M&M in the bags and total the colors so that we can see the distribution of colors are equal.
yeah, that's pretty in depth.
Yeah, I don't know how you can specify that more.
Well, maybe just submit like just the change we have, and maybe in the since you'll have to email it, you could ask him what else he wants for that because it's already in depth.
Yeah, I guess.
That's what I would say to do.
Yeah.
Let's just
Alright.
check that.
Do one of you want to email them and see if we can resubmit, or do you want me to do that?
Well, I think we can because we said if we want a higher score. He probably just
Yeah.
doesn't realize we can't submit it again.
Mhm.
I would just email it to him.
All right. Sounds good.
So, will you be okay with just doing it really quick? It's just probably easiest since you already have it.
It's fine.
Okay.
And Rick Bennett, right? Is it Rick Bennett? I can't remember.
All of the teacher emails are the same.
He probably has it listed in the folder, like under.
Apparently, he sent an email to us or the class or something. Oh. And then, did you guys see on that one thing that we had that he changed the grade? Because the email or the rounding error thing.
Yeah, I saw that.
Yeah. Okay. Well, is there anything else we should do now?
Nothing
Not that
to
I
know
can
of.
think of.
Well, one thing we might, I don't know when the next part's due, but since he approved it, that means we can each go start buying the M&Ms and everything.
Correct.
Yeah.
So do we want to talk about who's going where now,
Oh
or?
yeah, that might be a good idea.
Sure.
Okay, so in Rexburg, I guess. Where is there? There's probably.
We got
We should go to-
Brunn's, Walmart, 2 Mavericks,
Wait, so
Albertsons.
Walmart,
Albertsons,
Albertsons, Walgreens,
Walgreens, yeah.
Rollons, and then you want to do like 2 gas stations.
Yeah, I can do one of the Mavericks and Walgreens.
Okay, so Shelby, you do Maverick and Walgreens. I'll do Walmart and Albertsons.
Okay.
And then Brandon, can you do Brolums
Yep.
and one other gas station or somewhere else?
Do that gas station that's right off the exit with like the not Taco Bell, with the
Burger King.
Burger King, yeah.
Just do any gas station that's not Maverick, I guess.
Yeah.
And then Brolums.
Great.
And then other Brandon, you can pretty much do wherever you want because you're not here.
Sweet.
So. And
Just
then,
try and not do one of those stores.
yeah.
Yeah, we've got Smith's and.
Yeah, I was gonna say you probably have
places.
Smith's, so do Smith's.
Yeah, so that would be
Maybe another kind of gas station.
And then we decided that from each individual store, we were doing 1 bag of each, right?
Correct.
Yeah.
So 4 bags total for
Yes.
everyone. Okay. All right. So whenever you guys can get them.
All right, great.
Great.
All right. Sounds good.
Thanks.
guys.
All right. Talk to you later.
All right.
Bye.
Bye.